stuff like that. Like in the beginning, it's, oh, I don't have time. I got work and then I got to get home to the kids and stuff. But now those same people are telling us, oh, I feel better at 30 or now than I did at 30 or 35. Mm-hmm. And so it's cool to see that. But if we can instill the habits, we, our age, younger, before kids, before marriage, before all of those things, it's just going to continue into it. And so then we won't have to be like, oh, well, I had kids now, so I can't do this, because we see the value in it. And we see the return on investment that it does, not only mentally, but physically, professionally. And so we're more likely going to be blessed later on in life because we're focusing in this area, because we're doing these things. And it'll just be able to keep enhancing and growing. But like you said, like if we don't take this time right now before life starts picking up more and it gets busier, where is that going to lead? What is it going to do? And so we've had numerous conversations along this journey of like, hey, you still in at 100%? And there was times where I was like, I know this isn't going to die. Like I've never thought like, I don't want to do DTI. But there was times where I'm like, are we aligning enough to make sure that this pushes through? Yeah. Are we aligning enough? And the good thing is, like, you can look back at the podcast episodes and it's important to us because it's pushing our message, pushing the narrative. It's enhancing what we want to put out into the world. And so we've stayed disciplined on it. But then when you look at the other sides where we've like fluctuated, social media, all these different things, to me, it's been building this other narrative that we don't know about. And like we enjoy social media and we're going to continue to do that. But like the purpose and meaning and why behind this, I think is naturally going to have social media attention one day, because there'll be so many people talking about the DTI moments, talking about the lifestyle, talking about all these things where we're now sponsoring events and we're now putting these things on where we can bring the community to a city, to a race, to a whatever, and it just thrives and it keeps growing and growing and growing because the message behind the brand and the stuff that we push is for everybody. The stuff that we do is for everybody. It just looks differently. Mm-hmm. And so for some people, a marathon could literally be hitting 10K steps a day, and that's their marathon. They're like, that's my challenge, and I need to master that. I had a call this fucking morning, about somebody being like, when should I start training for my half marathon? And I'm like, first you got to start walking. And we both started laughing, but like, that's it. Like, what you need to do right now is show consistency that you can hit 10,000 steps a day. How's your body feel? How's your mind feel? How are you sleeping at night now? Feeling better? Naturally, you're going to get the motivation to be like, all right, I'm going to run 1 mile. But again, like, how are you taking the steps in life in order to be able to achieve said goal? And it's not going from 0 to 100. You'll burn out, you'll crash, you'll give up, you'll hate it. Same thing with life. Like, we start at an entry-level role for a reason, because we can't handle the roles of a CEO. We can't handle the roles of a VP, a director. So we start off entry level, and that's how we need to approach everything in life. We started off with DTI, entry level. We're like, we love this. What do? Let's film a podcast episode. So you got 2 little fucking dweebs sitting in front of a microphone. You had experience, I didn't. And I'm like, yeah, okay, blah, blah. And I'm like, fuck, people are going to judge me, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Now we get on here. It's like, let's fucking shoot the shit. Let's talk. We get messages now from people. I just got an Instagram DM last week of somebody who I've not talked to for years. And they said, I want to let you know that I went into the gym today for the first time, and you were the sole reason for it because of your consistency on your stories and what you've been doing. And I was like, let's fucking go.
A girl that I used to work with back in Ohio, she actually lives here now, but I've never seen her since we lived here. But it's like, I haven't talked to her since I worked at Longhorn in Avon. So like 5-6 years, dude. Messaged me and said that she's been watching my videos and she just signed up for a 5K at Thanksgiving.
Let's go.
It's crazy.
And it's crazy to think, because I truthfully believe that this year we've had more people reach out to us that they've signed up for a race or something.
Mandy's friend Daisy just ran 2 miles today and tagged me in her story. First time she's ran in years.
And that's the thing, man. And instant gratification is the biggest thing in the world right now. Mm-hmm. Amazon changed it with shipping. Now we have to wait 7 days for something. We're like, what the fuck? Why can't it be here sooner? Social media changed that, information-wise. Before, you used to have to look in a phone book for a phone number. Now you can pull up.
You don't even know phone numbers anymore.
No. You don't remember them. I know like 2 phone numbers and then some old ones that aren't even like active anymore from back in the day. But all of those things were entry-level stuff. Like technology was entry-level at one point. There was dial-up internet, there was AOL, there was all these things that were entry-level that have now advanced because they were able to learn, develop, and grow. And that's the same way we have to approach life, is how can I just get my foot in the door? How can I get started and let me grow from there?
Yeah, I mean, this goes back to what you were saying about where we started with DTI and then like the finish line moving and being over here, and now we're going that way. The main reason for that is that we've evolved and we grew over time. And I think that sounds good to people, but so many people struggle with that because they get stuck in their ways, or they feel like they're so tied to a belief or an identity that they can't change. That, oh, I've said this for so long, if I do this now, what are they going to think, this and that? As a culture, we're too focused on like not being able to change our minds for some reason. It's like somebody says something, that politics is the biggest one. Somebody says something and that's all that matters. Mm-hmm. I'm against them forever. They could change their mind in a year, in 6 months, in whatever. And we don't care because they said one thing that goes against our core beliefs that we can never go back to. And the biggest thing with us is that we've been able to be like, dude, we don't know what the hell we're talking about half the time, but we're going to get on here. We're going to tell you how we feel, things that have worked for us, and we might change our mind down the road.
Sponsor time. You guys know the deal. Here at DTI, we want to help people live a healthier, happier lifestyle. We're excited to partner with First Form because their mission is to impact one person's life a day. First Form gives us the capabilities to help you guys reach and achieve the goals you set forth. Utilize First Form through their supplements or their merchandise to live a more active lifestyle, putting yourself first and prioritizing the things that are important. Try First Form today with the link below. Back to the show. Yeah. Because again, it's like as you go through those different challenges in life, it's like, I kind of believe this more now, or I've went through this and I like the way that this feels better or something. But again, relate it back to a job. You started a job thinking it was your dream job. And then you're like, I don't want to fucking be in sales anymore. I'm going to go into the medical industry or something. Like there's one of my distributors that I work with is our age, and he got diagnosed with cancer a year and a half ago. He was in the hospital for almost a year straight. And he just now, last month, went into remission, out of the hospital. He got out of there, and he was like, dude, he's like, I'm not coming back. I was like, what do you mean? I'm not coming back. He's like, I don't want to do sales anymore. He was like, there was too many bad doctors that I had in that experience that I want to go and make a bigger impact to be another one of the great doctors that I had. To know that when somebody else is going through this challenge, when somebody else is going through...
back to medical school?
He's going back to medical school this year. So that way he can go into the medical field and make the impact of the few good doctors that he had in somebody else's life.
Damn.
And so again, like, it's scary, it's daunting. He's like, I got to go back to school. I got this. He's like, it's going to be a journey. But again, like he found his new passion. He found his new why. Beforehand, he was sales guy through and through. Industrial sales, like fucking blue collar. And now he's like, no. He's like, I got a bigger purpose and why on this earth. And so, like, I think back, like, when he was talking about that, I was like, dude, I love it. And, like, that kind of fueled me to be like, well, how do I push my dreams and aspirations more? And so, like, you think back to, like, starting DTI, it came because of all of the adversity and challenges that we faced in life, because of what we saw, because of what we knew growing up, and then how we started to feel when we started entering different realms of life. And so it got blossomed through the tragedies and things. And we're like, we want to make a bigger impact. We want to make a stance. And so, like, mine was when my father passed away and going through that dark time. Like, I do not want anybody to go through a mental dark place like I went through. And if I can't impact everybody, but I can impact somebody, that's better than nothing. Mm-hmm. And so that's what keeps me fueled and going is, like, I remember that, dude. It was awful. It was terrible. And so how can I be that step forward? And so, like, hopefully, like we're doing, raising money for Still I Run. Like, do I wish we could raise $10,000? Yes. But even if we raise $10, we're still impacting people.
Right.
And so that's what I have to remind myself during different points in life. Like, my sales, I'm like, shit, this month is down, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, bro, you're up 23% for the year. So it's like, okay, yeah, that was a challenging month. This month I'm doing fucking phenomenal again. Same thing with myself in the physical journey. It goes up and down, this and that. But again, like if you keep those practices in line and you keep going towards those things, making changes, tailoring, you'll be able to reach and overcome it. And if you do something different that's hard, it'll be like, oh, that's what I was meant to do this for. This is what showed me that message. And so it's just, I don't know. It, like you were talking about identity and stuff like that. Like we've seen it throughout this journey where people are like, oh yeah, they preach this, but they do this. And it's like, yeah, but you don't hear the episode where we talk why it's okay to do this stuff or why it's okay to live life like that. And so when you look at stuff holistically in life, I feel, and you're open-minded, I feel like that's when you can make the changes and you can do things, thinking differently, acting differently, talking different on a subject. Because again, we learn, develop, and grow through all of these things where your mindset is supposed to change and it's supposed to be different. But again, like, are you willing to embark what that change looks like and bring on whatever it is in order to go down this new path?
Even if you do change your mind, though, it's like not everyone even sees it. It's like what you said about how they want to say one thing and do another. We live in an era of clips. Nobody wants to listen to this full podcast. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's a handful. But like,
shout out to you guys.
But a lot of people, and this is all podcasts. This isn't just us. Like clips. People post clips everywhere. We post clips. Every podcast posts clips. And people take something and they run with it out of context and they say, I can't believe they would say this, not knowing that 30 seconds later, they made it clear why they said the thing that they said. Anybody can shift whatever narrative they want for anything. And it's a dangerous place to be in. But it's just like where we're at right now, man. It's like, if you really want to know something, you've got to dive deeper than that. Mm-hmm. And too many people are just, let me take this one little thing that backs up my belief instead of listening to what this person has to say overall.
Yeah. Gary Vee literally talks. He's like, the only reason I do podcasts is for the short-term clips.
Yeah.
The only reason. So it's, again, it's mindset and everything like that. And I think sharpening the mindset is something that we always need to be like cognizant of and aware of. Because again, like the world is changing rapidly. So that means our thoughts and beliefs have to change. Mm-hmm. And I think about it a lot. Like with my dad, I'm like, where would my dad stand today? Or what would my dad think about this? Or because again, for the longest, it really was like specific mindset, like stay in your career for 30 years, do this, have a family at this age. Like there's so many things where like society has put milestones out there. But I feel like now with how much things are changing and the world does, and again, maybe it's because we're getting older. I don't know why I think of it differently now, but it's like at the fucking click of a finger, you can literally change anything you want in life.
Yeah.
And so there's some stuff that you can't remove or take away or anything like that. But again, you use that as knowledge to then go after said new thing.
Wondering like what your dad would think about is interesting because like my dad's here and I don't even know like what he thinks of that type of a thing. And I think that a big part of that comes down to there's a lot of people without opinions.
Mm-hmm. Everyone.
Like there's a lot of people who it doesn't affect me. It doesn't matter. And that's fine. Mm-hmm. Ignorance is bliss. But for us who want to push for bigger and who want to impact way more than us when we're gone, it's like we have to have opinions on these things. We have to have beliefs. But like to think about like what your dad would think about really anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy because like he could be indifferent. He could be like, I'm just here running my business, loving my family, and that's it.
Yeah. I wish I could ask him business questions.
But even that, man, it's like, would you have went away if your dad was here? Would you like? There's so many like what ifs.
Yeah, I think life would be completely different.
Yeah, like you might have never moved. DTI might not be a thing. Like you literally found working out for your mental health because he passed. Like who knows where things would be, man.
Yeah, and I don't like lose sleep over it or think too in depth, but it's just again like he was so instrumental in my life, and he went through so much stuff. Like, I even wish that I could ask him, like, why'd you stop working out? Mm-hmm. Back in the day, I heard my dad was freaking jacked. He was always working out, golfing, playing racquetball and stuff like that. And so, like, racquetball, wonder if dad would like pickleball. Like, it doesn't have to be big, like political things or like life things. But then even from like a business standpoint, like, how'd you get loans for your business? How'd you get capital to be able to do this? And so like asking those things too, just to like see. And like the biggest question is like, why'd you drink so much? And so like, I know when people are gone, like some people will never forget, like, yeah, but that person was like that, or that person did that, or that person drank too much or whatever. And I've even had like some of my family tell people I know, not me directly, because people don't say stuff to people's faces. They're like, he just covers up the fact that his dad drank too much, and he just turns a blind eye to it. And I'm like, no, but why would I focus on that? Because there's so many other things.
It's not turning a blind eye, but there's like most people either romanticize it because they only see the good, or they only focus on the bad. Like, that's just the way it is. Everyone, it's another extreme belief. Like,
yeah,
it's hard to like picture that middle ground, because like, what is that doing? Like, why would I focus on the negative when the positive was going to push me forward? And like, nobody wants to remember the bad shit.
Yeah. Some people do though. It's like toxic to me.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, even again, it's probably because it's not only weird to me that people focus on stuff after people are here. That is like, why do you still let that like, when I say it is what it is, like, it is what it is for everything in life. Like, some people hate that saying when I say that, but like, it truthfully is. And the way that like I've learned to process things is like, you deal with it, whether you like it or not, and then you try and move on from it. Because to me, there's no reason to hold stuff over you and then just harp on that, or like what, like, move on. Find a way to move on of the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent. And just take that and be like, okay, how can I take these buckets of them and be a better person?
Most things you have no control over. What good does it do to stress yourself out and worry about things that you can't control?
Yeah.
That I don't understand. And I'm guilty of it too. We all are to a degree. But there's people who that's their entire mindset is just victim, blame, worry, stress, anxiety. Like, I don't understand it. I don't know if I ever will. Those people piss me off to no end. But because like, it is like, it's a simple, like, I just want to shake you and be like, dude, like, you're doing this to yourself. It's the same thing we talked about earlier last episode. I don't even know at this point, but like, it's all self-inflicted problems.
Yeah.
Majority of them are.
Yeah. It's, I mean, just as fast as the world moves, like, we have to do better as individuals to be able to move on from things as well, and not be like, yeah, but my childhood growing up, like, this really, like, it did affect you. And it's not to say to push it away. It's not to say to not shine light on it. But again, like, are you letting that now hold you back because you can't change your mindset, or are you allowing it to propel you forward? And so that's how I look at it, where it's just like, how can I use everything to propel me forward and to change my mindset and to change the way? Because when you focus on the bad is only going to show. But when you focus on the good is going to show more. And so, like, I know what it is like to question yourself daily. I know what it is like to be in the dumps and think, oh, I can't change anything. I can't this. I can't. Like, I have been in that state when I was at the lowest in Texas. But I realized that's not the state that I want to live in the rest of my life. That's not the state I even want to get close to again. So what can I do mentally, physically, professionally to make sure that that amplifies more so that path doesn't come back up?
And I think that most people would hear that and think that, like, it never even like rears its head and like tries to pop up. But that's not the case either.
No.
Like, we're not immune to it. It happens. We just know, like, this isn't what it actually is.
Yeah.
This is just doubt creeping in. This is like the enemy, like, trying to take me down. Like, ultimately that's what it is. And it's just, you equip yourself better. You have more tools to overcome it, but like, it's still prevalent. It's just not all consuming.
Yeah. Yep. But again, that's why you got to live the life that you want to live. And I mean, realistically, anything and anyone outside of that, like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Because it is what it is.
And it sounds bad. It sounds heartless, but like, ultimately that's literally what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Optic Nerve was our very first sponsor here at the Desire to Inspire podcast, and it's still one that we are pumped to be partnered up with today. I was linked up with them when I was living in Colorado. They are owned and operated out of Vail, and all of their products get tested in the mountains, so you know that it's built for an active lifestyle. Freddie and I rock these things all the time. They are made with planet-friendly materials, from recycled plastics to natural wood, and every pair comes with a lifetime warranty. So I mean, what are you really doing? Hit the link in our bio, support DTI, support Octave Nerve, look fly doing it. Whether you're just out enjoying a nice stroll or getting active, Optic Nerve has got your back. So go to opticnerve.com and use code DTI for 20% off your order today. That's opticnerve.com, code DTI.
You got to curate the energy in life that you want. You can't let that stuff curate it for you, else you'll never be able to move forward or move on. And so that's kind of like how I've changed my mindset. And there's too much negative and bad in the world that can be focused on. But again, it's like, why focus on that stuff?
Yeah.
It's like some people's social media. I'm like, I might not agree with it or like it, but to me, like, why do you even talk about stuff?
The people who post like 25 political stories a day. I'm like, you're not a reporter. You're not a politician. You're not a pundit. You're not any of this stuff. Why do you give it so much of your time?
Yeah. I don't know. But again, maybe to them it fits where they are going and want to do and stuff. I don't know. It just, yeah. Sometimes I'm like, are you just looking for arguments? Are you just looking for...
Sadly, they are.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people like that.
And again, like, I don't care that they think differently than me. So there's some people that if you don't agree, they'll fire back.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't care for that either. And so, I don't know. To me, it makes no sense.
Fire me all you want, dude. Fire away. I don't even care anymore.
Yeah. It's weird.
Very.
But changing topics and subjects a little bit, since we're rolling these episodes in, you are about to, and already are when this drops.
I'm 2 days away when this drops.
Will you be in Chicago then?
No.
No? Okay.
I leave early Saturday.
Okay. So you'll be closely on your way, within 24 hours on your way to Chicago. How is the mind, the body? What are your predictions, like things you're working, like give it to us all, because you've been on your training program for 4 months?
4 months.
4 months. So we've touched on it throughout the episodes and stuff like that, but yeah, give it to us since you're going to be less than a day away when this drops.
Everyone keeps asking me, are you ready? And the only answer I have for them is as ready as I can be.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've done all of the work that can be done. I've missed one run the entire block. It was a 6 miler, so like, I don't even feel bad about it.
Yeah.
I didn't cut any long runs short this year. Everything, like, some of them were harder, some of them were slower than they needed to be, but like, they all got done.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's really the only answer I can give them, is like, I'm as ready as I'm gonna be. And I don't have a prediction in terms of like a time or a finish. I think I'm going to PR. I know I'm going to PR. But like outside of that, I'm just going to show up and run the best race I can run that day. I'm trying not to get in my head about weather, about travel, about anything. I'm just like, all you can do is show up that day and feel how you feel. Because there's been runs this year where I was pumped and I go out and it's the worst run of my life. And there's been ones where I wake up and I'm tired, my legs hurt, and I don't want to get out there, and I run one of the best runs of the block. So it's like, I don't want to get caught up in the way that I feel. I just want to show up that day, give it everything I've got, and see what happens.
Yeah. Control what you can control. Can't control the weather. Can't control the route that you're running. Can't control any of that stuff. But if you can focus on your sleep, if you can focus on nutrition, if you can focus on not feeling jet lagged and doing the things that you need to or that are in your control, I think the rest is going to be history, and you're going to show up and show out for it. I was giving you mad kudos this weekend when I was on a run, and it's been cool watching this because I know that I told you when we first started recording the podcast, when you entered the block, I said to not only have discipline, but be selfish during this block. And I will tell you, I have seen a different Dylan Thacker in this block than I've seen in any of your other ones.
That feels good because, like, at times I don't feel that way. Like, there's times I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you said you were going to be different this time. But I do think, I think that just this year, like, as years progressed, I've just gotten better overall. So the block feels better. But I think that it's just a transition that I'm making right now. Where, like, I'm just trying to be better overall. Not just because I'm in a block, but, like, just for life, for future, for health, for everything. Like, this just has to be how I show up. Like, this now should be the base. And when I'm in a block, it should go to another level from there now, moving forward.
Yeah.
Because I told you I don't want to run a 250, but I still want to qualify. I just, after 35, I'll need a 3 hour again. So I just got to stay consistent for the next 3 years, dude, and I'm good.
Yeah. I'm excited. I think you're going to shock yourself after this race.
I do too.
Seeing what you've been doing on your own, and, like, dude, I feel like you were me in Ironman prep, fucking solo, on your own, and had to rely on your own demons and head and progress and stuff like that.
Bro, I had 2 a.m. runs. I had runs, like, on bachelor parties. I had this horrible Texas heat run. Like, there's been a lot of times where, like, I just made it happen. Like, it wasn't pretty. It was hectic, but it got done. And, like, ultimately, that's just how I need to approach life, is, like, it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to look the way that you expect it to look, but it still has to get done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
Maybe I am taking away lessons already. Who knows?
I think you are. Yep, you'll definitely find them. It'll be cool. So you'll have Mike in the race with you. Hopefully you and him can push each other beyond what you can push yourself to. But not only that, just being in a different city with that environment, dude. This race is such a big race.
Dude, I'm, like, so pumped. This is my first major. Ultimately, I would love to run them all.
Damn.
Like, I think that I'm going to start applying for all of them. But the problem is, what if I get into 2 in a year and I'm screwed and I got to go out of the country twice? Like, that is stressful. So I think, like, I'm just going to try to, I could technically, like, set it up because I could fundraise for some.
Yeah. And
so, like, I could make it a little more feasible. But, like, I'm just super pumped for the energy. Like, I've never, Indy was huge, bigger than any I've ever been a part of. But, like, Chicago, I feel like, is going to be that on steroids.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could fucking go, man.
Everybody's like, dude, it's such a great course. It's so flat. Like, oh, man.
That's what my director at work was saying.
It's getting me pumped, man.
Yeah. They were saying that every marathon they've done after Chicago, they're just like, fuck. Not because they didn't do good, but because their PR was just insane in Chicago. What if you come out of Chicago 250, bro?
Nah. Dude, that's 25 minutes. I'd have to cut a minute off per mile.
My mom was asking how you've been doing during this block and prep, so I guess that was another time that I was hyping you up, but I'm glad you can't hear all these because your head would get real big. So,
no, I'm trying not to let things get to me these days.
Yeah.
Trying to stay humble, not be superhuman like after my 12-hour race.
Yeah, no, that'll be good. It'll be good. So we'll take a break after this episode. There'll be a week off, so we won't have one right after Dylan's race. But then once he gets back from traveling, we'll record again, and then we'll go into the race and all of his thoughts and things like that.
Yeah, we'll really break down the race on that one.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Anything else you want to cover leading up to the race prior to it?
No, I'm just excited. Obviously, we talked about the charity earlier, so we're still taking donations for that. That'll be below. It's in a newsletter. It's pretty much everywhere right now. So if you see it, literally anything helps support it. I talked about this in my vlog that hasn't come out yet, but we are going to, like, extend it pretty much through the Charlotte Marathon since we're probably both running it.
Yes, sir.
So we'll be raising money the whole time. So in the true spirit of More Than Me, now Freddie's running. And so, yeah, you got he has 6 weeks to donate some money to a great cause. It helps push our mission forward, their mission. They're very in tandem. So bridging that physical and mental health gap. But that's all I got, man.
Hell yeah. Well,
Just
as your
ready to
motto's been more than me throughout this whole race. One, I appreciate you not only finding that motto, but also the charity and stuff like that, because like we said, it could have been $1 or $10,000. But the fact that we get to help people and impact people a little bit more during this block has been great. But it stood true, the More Than Me movement, because again, it inspired me to sign up for my first full marathon. So I wanted to say thank you for that, because the discipline, consistency, and how much you're taking this serious really does impact people. From the social media posts that you've had people reach out to or do, to it impacting my life, to then have other people impacted, it just shows that like the more we focus on this and the more we keep pushing this movement and brand and everything forward, I know one day it's going to be reached by hundreds and thousands versus just a couple handful, which in the beginning can be very discouraging, starting a business, starting a brand and stuff like that. But we continue to see progress. We continue to see elevation within the platform. And so again, it's just when it clicks, it's going to fucking click and it's going to take off, and then we can really impact more people. So I think that statement and that motto is going to hold true from now until the foreseeable future, and it's going to keep flowing. And one day we'll have a tidal wave going of people that it's impacting. But it all starts somewhere, man. So thank you for your consistency throughout this prep. Excited for you. I think you're going to shock yourself. And most importantly, have fucking fun, dude. Don't put pressure on it. Go out there. You've put in the fucking work up until this point, and now it's just going out there and showing up from all the hard work that you've done, to see where it takes you next, man.
Thanks, man.
Go out there, have the desire to inspire, impact people in the ways that you want to. It doesn't always have to be races or the physical side. It can be anything in life that you're passionate about. But what we want to do is holistically talk about health and wellness, so that way it can motivate you, inspire you to get out there and do more and be more, and have the More Than Me movement impact people in your lives, as well as bringing them closer to hopefully DTI. So that way this community can keep growing and keep flourishing, with like-minded individuals that just want to go out there and be more and do more. So I'll leave it at that. Have the desire to inspire. Kiss your mama, and we'll talk to you soon. Yes,
Peace.